What initiatives in Budget 2010 will guarantee that all New Zealanders have access to appropriate and affordable housing?
The Honourable Phil Heatley.
Mr Speaker, we're committed to assisting those most in need. The most significant budget commitments we made was the income rent subsidy of $560 million, helping 60,000 families, the accommodation supplement of $1.2 billion, helping 250,000 individuals, and the third of $1 billion commitment to insulate private homes, helping 180,000 people.
Supplementary.
Moana Mackey.
Supplementary to the Minister, how does slashing the budget for acquisition and improvement of state houses by more than 80%, slashing the healthy housing program by 62% help achieve this goal, particularly for those people like the young woman waiting for a kidney transplant highlighted in yesterday's Dominion Post, who's been waiting for an appropriate Housing New Zealand home for more than a year?
The Honourable Phil Heatley.
Mr Speaker, when we took over the government benches, we found that the state housing stock was left in serious disrepair. With the stimulus package to help in the recession, we decided to inject $120 million into repairing state houses and acquiring some more. That is now coming to an end. We are now at a more constant funding level. We will be upgrading 8,000 houses in the next 12 months.
Hekia Parata.
Tēnā koe, Mr Speaker. To the Minister, how many New Zealanders have been supported in buying their own homes this year through the extended Welcome Home Loan Scheme?
The Honourable Phil Heatley.
Mr Speaker, from 1st of July to May 2010, 1st of July 2009 to May 2010, 1,660 welcome home loans were settled, which translates to access to home finance of $348 million for 2,500 New Zealanders.
Moana Mackey.
That'll make him feel better. Supplementary to the Minister.
Order. I must have missed something. I've got no idea what went on there, but all I know is that the House was totally disorderly and disrespectful to a member I've called Moana Mackey.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister of Housing, does he agree with Housing New Zealand's figures provided to the Social Services Select Committee that only a net 282 homes will be added to the state housing stock over the next year? Does he believe this is adequate to address the growing Housing New Zealand waiting list, which now stands at nearly 11,000, 400 of which are in severe housing need?
The Honourable Phil Heatley.
Mr Speaker, there's a range given, I think, between 242 and 302 state houses that will be acquired this year, but we're also, not only are we acquiring state houses, we're upgrading them because we don't believe that current tenants should live in shabby conditions just so that we can acquire new houses like the previous government.
Supplementary.
Moana Mackey.
If Housing New Zealand are not able to, quote, sharpen their pencil, unquote, and find the savings out of baselines to acquire and to maintain state houses, does this mean these acquisitions and maintenance work will not happen?
The Honourable Phil Heatley.
Mr Speaker, I've already made it clear that up to 8,000 state houses will be upgraded in one form or another over the next 12 months, and we will be increasing their state housing stock.
That brings to a close questions for oral answer. I understand it is the government's intention